So,
you will just make
have you been down here for a long time?
No, I just got here today.
Are you staying, or are you just checking things out?
Through, giving my support.
Okay, and what is it that you want to support?
I want to support people standing up to what I see as a breakdown in the American dream and the takeover of the American system by moneyed elite who are sucking the value and the money out of the system for their own personal greed away from everybody else in the country.
What is the American dream to you?
I think the American dream is a shared goal towards freedom, towards the ability for people to reach their own vision and aspirations, and the ability for people to get along with each other despite having different beliefs, different values, and different ways of living.
Are you here to protest Wall Street or something bigger?
I would say something bigger. I think Wall Street is as good a representation of that bigger thing as anything else. I mean, I believe that corporations and moneyed interests have taken over the government of this country. I think that they are the power, not the government. People have been protesting government for a long time, but I don't think the problem is the government. I think the problem are the people who control the government. I think the problem is that a bunch of people took money from the rest of the country. They gambled it. When they win, they get to keep it. When they lose, they take it out of the tax coffers and everybody else suffers. They kick people out of their houses and they give themselves bonuses. It's outrageous. That's not the government, that's these people, and this is a great place to start the protest.
How about the people who leveraged up 10 credit cards and people who took out multiple mortgages on their homes, interest only, who can't repay their debt at this point?
I think that
is that the corporation's fault?
There's certainly a problem with personal responsibility. There's certainly an element of personal responsibility, and I don't think that we let people off the hook for personal responsibilities. But I don't see those people having brought this country to their knees. I don't see them going and getting all these money bailouts from Congress. They haven't been deemed too big to fail. They haven't taken my money and given those people the bailouts. It's these guys who are living in mansions, flying around in their helicopters, who are getting handouts from the government, and that's outrageous.
And now that the money's been repaid back to the government from the banks,
well, and if they're getting their bonuses, look, if they've got to have billionaires get a social safety net, but people who are working 2 jobs to feed their kids don't. When they retire, they've got nothing. They've got no health care. But the people who've got billions of dollars have a social safety net where if they gamble it and they lose, the taxpayers are going to bail them out. That's bullshit.
And are you employed now?
I am employed.
You are. You took the day off of work?
Happily so. I did. Well, I'm taking part of my afternoon off of work.
Okay.
I had some meetings this morning.
Okay, fair enough. And how about you?
Hi, I came from Orlando because I want to be at the epicenter of people making a statement for change in this country. And
what change are you looking for?
I'm looking for a little bit of financial equality. I think that 99% of the country getting only 75% of the wealth and spread out, and the big disparity from the top to the bottom is not what this country is about. I think that a lot of people have made money off the backs of the working people, and I think that people deserve just the basic elements of human rights as outlined in the Declaration of Human Rights by the UN. They deserve to have health, they deserve to retire with dignity, they deserve to have their children well educated, be well educated themselves, and I think it's some really basic, simple things that we're looking for a change in.
Okay. Are you employed?
I am. I'm a business owner.
Okay. So you're a business owner. How many people do you employ?
65 to 70.
Okay. And you're still here protesting?
I don't really see this as a protest. I see myself participating in a movement for change.
Okay.
Which is very different. I mean, there's certainly an element of protest, and I think that's the genesis of this whole occupation. But really, I'm participating in a movement for change, a movement where people are treated respectfully, where people are able to make a fair and living wage and have health care for their families, and where there's not an upper echelon of 1% of the people, and I think it's even less than 1%. I think it's probably like 0.09% or something. I think it's really, really small, and the people that are taking a lot of the money here, and also at the expense of exploiting the workers.
Do you think government's failed you?
I think that government has failed me in selling out to corporate America. I think that by accepting money, by allowing money to play such a primary role in elections, that government has failed me. I think if there's one overriding statement that this movement is making is get corporate money out of government and politics.
Do you believe in entitlements?
Do I believe in entitlements? Like, what's entitlements? Yeah, if somebody's not making enough money, I think they're entitled to food stamps to feed their kids.
How long
If
are they
someone's
entitled for
worked-
health and unemployment insurance? Indefinitely, or is there a limit?
Until they, I think that I believe in a world where there's enough for everybody, and the fact that 1 in 5 children in this country is living in poverty is just totally unacceptable to me. The fact that every 3 seconds someone in the world dies of extreme poverty, again, completely unacceptable to me. So if entitlement means I feed those kids or I save a life every 3 seconds, I'm going to do it. Yes, people are entitled to live in this world. They're entitled to health, they're entitled to food, they're entitled to shelter, and they're entitled to peace. And yes, so to that degree, I am totally in favor of entitlements unless it's entitlements for millionaires.
Very good. Let me ask you one more question since you're a business owner. How do you reconcile capitalism versus corporate greed?
Our business has been very successful by treating our clients with respect and providing them a great service that they need. And we treat our employees respectfully. We pay better than any company probably in the country in our industry. And we approach our business with love and generosity, and in return that all comes back to us. So that's how I reconcile. I think capitalism, there's definitely a place for it, but does it have to be supported by business? Does it have to be at all cost? Is there a place in capitalism for the workers to make money, for the workers to be insured? And I'm not talking about big bucks, we're talking about living wages and a peaceful lifestyle. I don't think people should have to work 2, 3, 4 jobs.